Alright, so this is the side of the property covered in lilac bushes, and they're just huge. I don't know if you can see, but they're probably 7 or 8 feet tall. And we cut them all right down about 2 years ago, and they've just taken off beautifully. And then we planted a bunch of new lilacs a couple of years ago as well, and they're actually coming along really well too. They probably quadrupled in size from their 5-gallon bucket size. That's a couple of them. They're done for now. And we're waiting for some summer flowers, some hydrangeas, some perennial hibiscus, that kind of thing for some summer color too. And we have just last week or 2 weeks ago laid 10 yards of mulch down on our flower beds as well. So that might give you some idea of the length of these beds. But this one runs pretty much the full length of the property. And we have just not quite an acre of land here. So I'll take you around the back side. This is a currant bush, red currant, some cedars. Oh, there's the fire pit, Ken's boat trailer, Joe's bike, garden shed. And you can see along here we've got lilies planted, and in the back behind our place you can see it's open to empty fields. They've actually just planted crop this week. I believe it's soybean in. So lots of wildflowers in the back behind the lilies. Beautiful big tree. This is a chestnut tree, and actually I think that's where my daughter's going to hang her swing for her wedding photos. And we made that this past Sunday, and it turned out just beautifully. So now we're just coming to the other side of the property. Oh, and the smell of the lilacs are just intoxicating. You can smell them everywhere. So here we've got kind of a wildflower area in the back there, and then a more manicured bed again in the front. Although my daughter, who's getting married this summer, does like a more Victorian feel or wildflower feel. So I am trying to get the hill filled up for her and make it a little messier. And then you can see we're back to a little more of a wildflower type spot. And this is actually where she wants to be married, this area here. And of course that little playhouse in the back will be moved. The neighbors have graciously said they'll move that over. And here you can kind of see just how much open space we do have. That's the tree where my daughter got married last summer. And on the right side of the house, when you're looking towards it like this, we're going to be building a deck there probably next summer, and then a patio in front of the left side, and join the two up. And eventually then I'll have a pool and a beautiful backyard oasis out here. This is where I spend a lot of my time. Definitely my happy place. You can see more flower beds all the way up this side of the property. Various different plants. As you can see, I've got lots of hostas. I love hostas. And I've just been working on planters. I've done 32 planters so far for the wedding, but I keep them all tucked back in this bed under the trees to shade them from the hot sun so that they'll last and be gorgeous for the wedding day, July 29th. I don't usually do annuals, but for the wedding it's nice to have, you know, that bit of pop of color everywhere. And this is just a massive lilac tree. I don't know if you can tell how big. It's probably 10, oh maybe 12 feet high. My hose, which I didn't put away. Around to the front, and this is the deck that my husband and I built, I think it was 2 summers ago. Deck furniture. I don't have the cushions out today. Big pile of grapevine for some wedding projects that we're doing. And some more flower beds. My bleeding heart is just massive, and I love it. And my wigelia is huge as well. And I actually split a little piece of the wigelia and brought it over and put it in my front bed here as well. New tree that we put in 2 years ago. We had to cut the pines that were there down. And back to the original side of the property. I've got just a massive, massive, massive peony bush. You might be able to see it here. And so I've learned a new trick. If you harvest the peonies when they're in this form, and you cut the stems off, peel all the leaves off but two, wrap them in plastic, and lay them on a shelf in the fridge, you can store them that way, and then pull them out 24 hours before you want to have open cut flowers, and they should open and be in full bloom for when you need them. So I'm trying it out, and we'll see if it works. Then I'll have beautiful fresh peonies up on the bar for the day of my daughter's wedding. So this is what I get up to when I'm not doing work on my business or in my business. Here you can see I've got all my planters washed up and ready to go away. These are the ones I'm not using. This is just a bucket of planters ready to go to recycle. And that's the tour. But my yard does make me just ever so so happy, and it really does make me feel blessed. So I wanted to share that with you today. Thank you, and we'll see you tonight. Anyone who's going to be at the gala. Yay!